Welcome to Module 2, where we'll dive into the crucial first steps of the bid management process, identifying and qualifying opportunities. This module is all about setting the stage for success. Think of it as carefully selecting which battles to fight, because not all opportunities are created equal, and not all are right for your organization. By the end of this module, you'll have a toolkit for finding the right opportunities and a framework for deciding which ones to pursue. Participants will learn to identify potential bidding opportunities from various sources. We'll understand the importance of qualifying opportunities and the go-no-go decision framework. We'll be able to develop a robust qualification process tailored to their organization. We'll learn to analyze client needs and pain points proactively. We'll explore early engagement strategies to improve bid success. Sources of RFPs and tender notifications. Let's kick things off by talking about where to find those all-important RFPs and tender notifications. If you don't know where to look, you're going to miss out, right? So this lecture is your guide to opportunity hunting. Importance of identifying diverse sources. Having a steady stream of potential projects is the lifeblood of any successful bid management team. We need a consistent and robust pipeline. That means not relying on just one or two places. We'll explore why a strategic approach to finding these opportunities is so vital for growth and securing those valuable contracts. Public versus private sector procurement. The world of bidding opportunities isn't uniform. We broadly divide it into public and private sectors, and they operate very differently. Public sector procurement, like government contracts, is heavily regulated to ensure fairness. Think taxpayer money. Private sector is often more about established relationships and industry-specific practices. Understanding these differences is key to knowing where to focus your search. Case study: a tale of two bids for Innovate Solutions. Company: Innovate Solutions, a mid-sized software company specializing in project management platforms. Objective: secure a major contract to implement a new project tracking system. Scenario 1: the public sector bid, the Department of Urban Development. The opportunity appeared as a publicly posted request for proposal, RFP, on a government bidding portal. Innovate Solutions had no prior relationship with the Department of Urban Development. Process: the RFP was over 200 pages long, outlining every single technical and administrative requirement in meticulous detail. It included mandatory forms, certifications for data security, and specific formatting instructions. The submission was a single digital file uploaded to a government portal with a hard deadline. There were no opportunities to discuss the project with the client's team before the submission. Evaluation: the proposals were reviewed by a panel of government officials and IT experts. They used a predefined scoring rubric that awarded points for compliance with every single requirement, technical merit, experience, and price. Innovate solution was innovative and well-priced, but they lost points because they did not have a specific, required ISO certification, which was a mandatory pass/fail criterion. Outcome: the process took 6 months from the RFP release to the final decision. Innovate Solutions was ultimately unsuccessful because, despite having a superior product, they failed on a single mandatory compliance point. The winning bidder, a larger firm, had a less innovative solution but met every single requirement to the letter. Key takeaway: the public bid process was a strict, rigid, and compliance-driven marathon. The key to winning was not just having the best solution, but having a perfect, compliant response. Scenario 2: the private sector bid, Global Logistics Inc. The opportunity for Global Logistics Inc. came through a direct referral from a key industry partner. The COO of Global Logistics, who had a long-standing professional relationship with Innovate Solutions CEO, reached out to discuss their pain points with their current system. Process: instead of a formal RFP, the process began with a series of conversations. The client shared their high-level business goals and challenges, and Innovate Solutions proposed a tailored solution, including some custom features. The bid was a comprehensive business proposal and a live presentation. The pricing was flexible, with room for negotiation on service levels and support. Evaluation: the decision was made by a small team of executives, who were less concerned with rigid compliance and more focused on whether the solution could solve their specific business problems. They were impressed by Innovate Solutions' deep understanding of their logistics business and their track record with other clients in the industry. The team was able to build rapport and trust with the client's decision-makers during a series of meetings. Outcome: the entire process, from the first call to the signed contract, took just 6 weeks. Innovate Solutions secured the contract by demonstrating a clear understanding of the client's needs and building a strong, trusted relationship. The private bid process was a collaborative, relationship-driven sprint. Success was based on a compelling value-driven solution and the ability to build trust and demonstrate a unique understanding of the client's needs. Key sources of public sector RFPs. For public sector work, these are your go-to places. Government portals. Sites like sam.gov in the US, TED in the EU. These are essential. Most government entities maintain dedicated online portals or websites where they publish tender notices, RFPs, and related procurement documents. These portals are often categorized by level of government, for example, local, state, regional, federal, national, and may require registration to access full details and receive notifications. In addition to online portals, some government entities may still publish tender notices in official gazettes or newspapers. While online portals are becoming increasingly dominant, it's prudent to be aware of these traditional channels, particularly for certain types of procurements or in specific regions. Organizations like the World Bank, the United Nations, and regional development banks, for example, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, issue tenders for projects they fund. Their websites and dedicated procurement portals are key sources for international development opportunities. Finally, organizations that typically act as prime contractors on large public sector projects often seek subcontractors with specialized skills. Monitoring the websites and announcements of these prime contractors can reveal valuable subcontracting opportunities. Networking and building relationships with prime contractors are also essential in this regard. Key sources of private sector RFPs. The private sector is a bit more varied. Direct invites from existing clients are gold. That's where strong relationships pay off. Online platforms like Ariba connect businesses. Industry publications and events are crucial for staying in the loop. And proactive business development, going out and finding opportunities, is huge here. Again, subcontractors are important, and there are even specialized databases that aggregate private sector opportunities. Developing an opportunity identification strategy. Okay, so where do you start? You need a strategy. This isn't just randomly browsing the web. It's about defining your target markets, knowing which sources are most relevant, setting up processes to monitor those sources, assigning responsibilities within your team, using technology to automate things, building those crucial relationships, and constantly evaluating and adapting your approach. Key takeaways. A well-defined strategy is crucial for identifying opportunities. Organizations must use a combination of sources to maximize their reach.